Alright folks, welcome to episode 95 of the Wee Podcast. Phil here with no one. Today is the day after recording. Last night we recorded the episode and Audacity decided to dump on us. We pressed the stop button as usual and it froze for about a minute or two, and whenever it unfroze we had seen the audio had sort of been corrupted, some parts were missing. So I tried my best editing the audio to make it sound listenable. You can listen to it if you want. It starts at about 2 minutes in and then it ends at about 29 minutes, 29 and a half minutes. It's okay. You can listen to it. It's just you might not sort of know what we're talking about in certain parts because, like I said, it has skipped a few things. But whenever I was editing it, I found it pretty funny with some of the things that sort of it linked into. You'll understand if you do listen to it. If you don't want to listen to it, you can just skip to 29-30 minutes, and part 2 and part 3 are all there in full. I'll let you know what we're talking about this week. The first part we're talking about spiders because it's the spider season and everyone seems to hate them. We found the BBC article on Randy spiders, so yeah, where else are you going to get a podcast that talks about Randy spiders? Part 2, we're going to talk about Greta Thunberg and her climate change speech. If you haven't checked it out, it's all over the place. By all means, do check it out. And part 3, we're going to talk about The Boys episode 2. So, apologies this week, folks. Nothing we can really do about it. We're hopefully going to get together on Friday to record a 30-minute episode to go on top of this one. And if failing that, we'll obviously create one for next week anyway. And we'll probably talk about some of the issues we had from this week. So, hopefully you enjoy this one, folks. Sorry again, but we will most certainly catch you in the next one. Enjoy.
So you wake up, it's autumn, and you're in bed, and it's nice. But what's that black thing in your pillow? You focus your eyes, and it's a spider, a big one. What's the first thing you do?
Eat it.
Yeah.
Oh, breakfast. I mean, probably just go to bed. I wouldn't really do much.
I'd probably hit the pillow and knock it away.
Oh, would you?
Yeah. I wouldn't want it in the bed, like.
I get it. I just get off the bed, probably grab it in the quilt, and then just chuck the quilt out the window.
Burn it, set it on fire.
I'm not that bad with spiders. Like,
I don't like them, to be honest. It's terrible. I know you shouldn't, but I'd probably kill them.
I like letting them out, but
well, that's what I try to do. But if it's like
but the size of your
coming
face,
at me,
because that's its goal is to come at you.
Well,
no,
we don't know what they're thinking.
Jesus, get
don't know
your
what
mind
they're
out of the
thinking.
gutter, like.
I wasn't thinking like that.
Oh,
But anyway, the only good news I suppose is that it didn't come through your window or a hole in your house, probably. Bad news is it's probably been in your house all year.
Nice.
So, odds are on it's been there. It's been eating bugs. It's just been having.
Well, Bible hasn't been taking any flies. I'll tell you that much.
No, but it was funny because apparently they really do help your house. Like.
Oh no, yeah,
So,
I've heard. Well, I mean, getting cats probably does the same thing, like.
But yeah, apparently that's what they've been doing. They've
Would
been
you
chilling
rather
out.
have a spider or a cat?
Cat.
Oh, really?
Not a. Why would I want a spider?
Well, if it does the same job.
I mean, do you ever have to see the spider?
No.
I'd be alright with a spider then, provided I don't have to eat it.
Why would you eat the spider?
Because sometimes they crawl into your mouth by accident.
But you're not chewing it.
No, but that's worse.
It's not.
Thinking
Oh
of it.
my god.
Honestly, that's grim.
Oh dear.
Not nice. But they're just having a good time. They weren't born.
Party spiders.
They weren't born outside. They were born in your house. Is because it's now their mating season and they're feeling a bit randy. Yeah.
Randy spiders.
Where else would you get us? Like, give me another podcast talks about horny spiders.
Spider episode.
So
maybe I've only seen a couple recently.
yeah, I mean it tends to be this in around the time where they're like, "Oh, here we go."
It's because it's October. You see coming
Kicking
up.
off, yeah.
It's all Halloween. Just try and get in the mood.
Well, the ones that you do see, they're usually male.
Right.
the
Have you ever seen
reason
the one that the fella kills and all the little babies come out of it with a brush? He kills it with a brush and all the spiders.
that's the
come out.
female.
Oh yeah, well obviously,
Yeah.
but I mean
That's grim.
that
man.
was
They
ridiculous.
carry their babies in their back. Yeah, it's grim. Though that is an actual type of spider. I don't know what it's called, but they definitely carry them in their back
Yeah.
until they're like ready to, go and
Disperse.
be gross and do it themselves.
All right.
Again, the reason you will see them is because they're actually away out looking for a woman.
Right, just waiting to have a wee flick.
Well, the way it,
I don't know how to do it.
lays, it's an amorous pursuit.
A pursuit.
Yeah. So, what'll learn in your house
Nice.
in the spring?
Mm.
You'll have hidden somewhere basically dark, pre-winter stage where
The fisting
they get
season.
spider heat.
Man, come September, October.
Poor
Is that just
MJ,
what
man.
happens when he
MJ
gets
gets off.
on? Oh dear.
But it's a good point. Born in the summer. But yeah, that spider's probably been in your house for 5 months. Out of sight and all that.
Yeah,
out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, that's true. Like.
So basically, the females don't really tend to move much. They're
Sort
more
of like-
sedentary.
Literally get everything in the house. Doesn't mean nothing.
I'm saying nothing. I'm saying nothing because I'll get in
Doesn't
trouble.
You get me a packet of crisps. You get me a chocolate.
But
you turn the TV on.
is it spring yet?
Yeah.
But basically, the ones that we see that are background on, and they're descended from species that come from like the Mediterranean, North Africa area, which is why they prefer living in warm, dry places like houses.
Well, they shouldn't be living in my house. Well, that's for sure.
If you put
Not
them
in this
out
country.
in the garden, they will not build a web. They will try and find somewhere else to come back into. They do not like outside, which is why when you put them out, for all you know, it could find a way back in, and the next one you put out is exactly the same one you've already put out.
That'd be really funny.
Um,
It's like a game of just like a prank game. For
the
this guy.
garden spiders do not want to come inside.
Mm.
They have no interest in coming inside. It's not where they want to live. They prefer being outside. So you don't need to worry about them. Garden spiders are, they're like at the minute those are the ones with the big fat asses.
Yeah.
You know, like those ones. They're just like, now basically, let me get this guy. Entomologist, so basically a bug guy. He says that something.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably because your neighbour's thrown it out and it can't get back into their house, so it's coming into your house.
Can you imagine? See, the thing in my mind is like Daddy Longlegs, because like Lauren's hard scared of them. Like I don't.
Really?
Yeah, she hates them. She hates anything that flies.
Oh, Rachel doesn't like them, but at the same time she will catch it in a glass or something.
Oh no, Lauren.
But that's what I mean. I think she doesn't even.
Lauren
No.
will go literally nowhere near anything that flies, unless it's a bird and a nice bird that's in a cage.
It's just a plane the whole the whole time.
It's fine.
Really?
Yeah, she can't fly.
Holy crap!
She's like just gets sick all the time. So
That's
I mean,
mad. I didn't
yeah.
know she didn't like it either.
I mean, you're up there for potentially like 4 or 5 hours, depending where you go for a while.
Longer.
Can't be longer if you're going to America and the likes of like, oh, jeez, if you're going to Australia.
Longest flight I was on was 12,
Mm-hmm.
and that was after a 9-hour flight, so it was like one after the other.
No, thank
Shocking.
you. That's not ideal at
A
all.
long time.
Yeah, she just whenever it's so funny whenever you see one coming in, you see like the light flicker. You're
Mhm.
like, why's the light flicker? And you go, it's just the Daddy Long is trying to get. What are they do with it? So
Here.
in my mind now, it's just like he's been thrown out of a house party. He's trying to go to the next house party.
It's like getting kicked out of a bar, man. I don't need your bar.
Yeah, bring on your buddies. It's all right.
Hey guys, this one's fine.
Got a full beer keg, guys. Come on.
Outdoor spiders don't want in. Indoor spiders don't want to be
Out.
put out. Indoor spiders have likely been in your house for 6 months ish. That is their home. They were born there.
No, it's not.
So,
It's not your home.
some pretty grim facts just about a house. So, most houses, the cleanest, smallest houses, this guy says, will have at least, on average, 20 to 40 spiders.
Imagine having 40 spiders, because you only see one at a time usually. I mean,
Usually.
I've never usually seen 20 2 or even 3.
No, that's one thing I was gonna say. Like, you usually see one, and then you're like, but funny thing is, do you ever see one? You're like, oh, this wee one's family's gonna come looking for it.
No.
Sometimes I've said that as a joke, right? So like,
oh, there's Billy. Where's your mom?
I know. Honestly, you're like, oh, I'm gonna like you kill it, and you're like, oh god, now the rest of them are gonna come looking. There could be 39 more spiders.
Yeah, but
they're wondering where John was.
I don't think they all sort of think like, well, maybe they do. I don't know what way spiders are, but I mean, go ahead, Billy. You can go. But I mean, I've never sort of I've seen a spider and then went, right, stay there. I'm gonna get a glass. I'll get you. And you come back and they're just like, ha, I heard that, bye. And you're like, where the hell did you go? And you look everywhere and he's just not there. Ever.
Yeah,
they just disappear.
No.
Mad.
To make it worse, that's a small, clean house. You live in an older house. The likes of a, I don't know, like a Victorian terrace house or something. With lots of little cracks, crevices, places to get in, things like that. He guesses you're talking over 1,000, well into the thousands of spiders in your house.
Yeah, it's sort of unsettling, like.
Well, like he says, direct quote, I wouldn't be at all surprised if we're well into 4 figures.
That's just awful.
Like you could be talking 3,000 spiders.
Suppose it makes sense why whenever they all come out, whenever you turn off all the lights in the house, because it's so dark at night.
Yeah, it's roasting. Like right now, they're going to be pure love in your house.
No.
Like imagine how many on your roof space just being like, this is great.
Yeah, probably.
It's great.
It's great. You know, there was some sort of resort.
Yeah.
Crooks up there. No, I don't think so.
It's your first time? I lived here for 10 years.
45th year, buddy. Some old granny walking out with a walking stick and all.
All 8 legs just on a Zimmer frame.
Look at the south, set the guy with the 7. I lost that one in the war. Oh dear, that'd be awful to be fair. You can't.
No war for the daddy long legs.
The long legs versus the arachnids. Oh my god.
But
believe
it or not, boy, the girls are also daddies.
Yeah, right enough. Why do they call them daddy long legs?
Don't know, probably
strange. They'll probably start making a film now. Once whatever filmmakers caught wind of this bloody article on BBC, they'll be like, I'm gonna make a film out of this, 100%. It's called the Arachnids. It'll be like a family film where they're all like living in a house somewhere. And like, oh, there's like
wouldn't surprise you if that existed.
There's like little people come out instead of little spiders. And then
you mean the other way around?
Yeah.
Spiders like, oh, human.
Yeah, like the borrowers.
Their legs are so gross.
Why is he eating little mini cheeses?
Oh, it'd be so funny. That would actually be a hilarious movie.
It would be if I directed it, but anyone else out there,
TM.
stop it. Yeah, that's exactly
Spiders. What would you call it?
The arachnids.
That sounds like a horror.
No.
Yes.
That's like Despicable Me. It's like, what do you call that film? Well, Hotel Transylvania sounds like a horror film as well, and it's not a horror film.
Arachnids, that's terrifying.
No, it's not.
Bound to be a better way to. What do you call a load of spiders together? Like a group? I don't know what you call it.
The group. It sounds even worse. I don't know what you call it. Terrible. Yeah, I prefer the arachnids.
I think that sounds really scary.
The spiders.
But like the whole thing is like the spiders are scared of the wee people. So
it'd be a 2-hour film. Live their best life.
We cracks.
Yeah.
They're actually like wee front doors.
Yeah, it'd just be like the borrowers but with spiders in it.
It sounds like it could be a very terrifying horror movie. That would essentially be it, like a Freaks.
Yeah, but
if it was like are you talking like a wee animated movie?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. It would have to animate. You couldn't do it in real life because it'd be like,
what is this? Like a spider like picking up a human by the arm.
Could you imagine? That would be terrifying. But I mean, obviously you'll have to have your villain and your horror thing in there because.
Well, you'd have, for example, the dad spider being like, "Oh, we need to kill all the people."
He also wears a top hat.
But the baby spider is like, "But they're so cute," and wants to keep them in like a little dollhouse that's actually like a
prison.
No, well, sort of like, you know what you keep spiders in, like a little terrarium thing.
Yeah. I suppose you could put it in a dollhouse, like, but
TM.
Yeah. As simple as that. And even if you do call it something like the arachnids or something.
That's Spider Fam.
No, because then it could be copyrighted.
Nope. Just sounds the
Spider
same.
Fam. Same, there probably is something out there.
And kids love anything that's like not the full word. I don't know.
I don't know. This would be a good idea for a film.
Chris Pratt would be the kid.
Alright.
The spider can't be clever. The girl
Two seat.
who's like clever.
Yeah. And then there's the kid.
And then there's the wee baby who's like.
Yeah.
So you could have Chris Pratt. Who would you cast as the smart girl?
Just good for animation, terrible for film.
And then the toddler.
Joking.
Toddler, I wouldn't really know.
Voice.
The wee kid.
Yeah. Chris Rock probably.
You know what you could use as the wee nerd voice?
The wee nerd.
What do you call Elle? Her real name?
Oh, Millie Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think
she has like a girl.
Yeah, but you could just dub it like, well, yeah, I suppose.
I suppose they can all do voices, can't they?
Yeah.
The Rock.
I like James Earl Jones.
He's the granda.
Yeah.
That's like helping
helping
the wee baby. He's like,
then.
when I was your age.
Yeah, okay, then maybe the granda for James Earl Jones.
I had my very own human. You know, and then it could be like.
Didn't know he was from the West either. Like,
well, you would assume he is.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Because, yeah, I would assume he is. Don't know why. And then the dad, I would go
pipe.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson as the dad, and the mum. Could maybe go.
It's a good shout, actually, right now.
Because he'd be a good voice actor. And the mum, you could maybe go.
Rose Byrne.
Oh, I want like a sassy mum.
Oh.
That's what I want.
Maya Rudolph.
Could be a good call too, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, she's good.
Could be good.
I like Maya Rudolph.
It's actually a really good shout.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you know what? Then in that case, because they bounce well off each other, I would actually change the teen Spider Girl to
Kristen Wiig.
No.
Oh, Melissa McCarthy.
Amy Poehler.
Amy Poehler.
Poehler. Yeah, her.
Is it her?
She's in Parks and Rec.
Yeah. Maya Rudolph, isn't it?
Is she not?
No.
Who am I thinking of? Oh, I'm thinking of Rashida Jones.
Oh, no, Maya Rudolph is...
She's a Bridesmaids, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like an SNL, like, Spider Fam film.
It's got the name. It's got the name. That's unreal. Unreal. Oh, fuck. That's brilliant. I love that.
If anyone listens to this podcast and wants to make this film, call us up.
Yeah, we have many ideas.
Some that shouldn't be, brought to light, but you're welcome for all that.
That's such a good cast. That could be so good.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of money.
Yeah, it would
It'd probably bomb as well. It'd be like, oh, great.
You could have James Corden as one of the wee men.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I imagine him.
No, James
He was very
Corden.
good in Paddington.
In what?
Paddington. He was a voice. He was good.
No. No British people.
No.
No. Has to be
Going all American.
Yeah, it has to be American because it just sounds funnier.
Okay, then.
You can maybe have it like one of the spiders.
James Earl Jones, human pet, who is still alive, because we obviously outlived him.
Yeah, true.
Could be Seth Rogen. Years previous, and he was actually like 20, and now he's like 25.
Yeah.
He doesn't know I'm going to outlive him. You know?
That'd be pretty funny, actually.
That'd be pretty good.
A bar shell and all on it, like, that'd be hilarious.
Is that how you say his surname? I've never known how to say his surname.
Hmm.
I love them though, they're brilliant.
I think, yeah, even
They are
James
brilliant.
Franco and stuff on it, I think it'd be... You could even have like a little segment where they're in it and just be like...
Oh, it'd be great.
Yeah.
Honestly. I actually think this film would be hilarious.
It would be.
And you know what? You don't even need to make it for kids anymore. All of a sudden, this is an 18, and it's hilarious.
It'd be like sausage party all over again.
All of a sudden, it's so funny.
The spiders getting high.
Or like
All eyes are going red from the bottom
the
up.
first like couple of scenes is like, you know, like we would like you'd see like we psycho kids like pulling the legs.
Yeah.
Off spider. It's like ah,
Yeah,
it's just like
that'd be
spider just
horrible.
pulling stuff.
It'd be like a full-on horror show. That would be. No, that'd be a good film.
Burning people with wee magnifying glasses.
Who on earth does that?
With ants and stuff. You see it in like old like Toy Story. Sure, the Sid does it.
Oh yeah, right enough.
I'm just going by other.
I'm sure. Yeah, you've went like deodorant, the spider and everything. You know.
No, but that. No, I've never done that.
Yeah.
Fergal's probably done that.
Who?
Fergal.
Oh yeah,
He poured petrol down the wasps.
What?
Yeah, he poured petrol on the wasp nest and set on fire.
When did he do that?
Years ago.
Jesus Christ. Fergal did that?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Kill them. Ask him, I swear it's true.
That's mad.
He said he poured petrol down and just set on fire.
Oh my god. Well, fair play to him. That's just true. He's been doing God's work the past couple of weeks, sure, with those blooming jam pots.
Yeah, he's killed many wasps.
Yeah, I've only killed 2 this season.
I don't think I killed any. My mum made me save them all.
Why?
Don't know.
They're bad for the environment.
So
I don't know if they are. They're probably not, but...
And we haven't had any around our house at all.
So lucky. Like, they went to wasps on holiday. It was ridiculous.
Oh
no.
So, do you know some myths we won't include in the movie?
Okay.
So, spiders don't deliberately crawl into our mouths when we're asleep.
So you just lied about that then?
No, they don't deliberately. They do it by accident.
Okay.
They're not like, you know, like going,
Timber!
here, what's this? Just jumps in.
God.
It's
a black hole in it!
They don't lay eggs.
What's this water?
In humans.
In humans?
Yeah, they don't lay eggs in
Can you
us.
imagine just like farting like loads of spiders by your horse?
Help! That'll be a nightmare.
Spider butt?
That'll be another movie altogether. That's a sequel.
The porn sequel?
No.
Oh,
It's a horror sequel.
Oh, it's like the human centipede. 1 and 2
No.
combined.
Just loads of spiders just tape the guy's ass.
No fangs.
Well, they do. They just can't open their mouth wide enough.
Oh.
If you imagine, that's actually hilarious.
It's just a big orange.
So, yeah, and even if they could, he does say, their fangs are not powerful enough to penetrate our skin.
Yeah.
So, although there are exceptions, and this is again in the UK, obviously Australia and stuff, this does not apply, even sort of. No,
in Australia you have spiders the same size as people. So
yeah, so pretty much like our film is real life in Australia.
Yeah.
So even in the UK there are spiders that can stop. So there is one called the false widow, which can bite, and has actually shut down schools before because it has been there. And the only thing this guy does say is you do have to really annoy them for them to actually attack you.
Oh.
So like, for example, like pick them up or something. Now if you do have one that is running across you, it doesn't actually know they're under attack. It doesn't actually know what's going on. It's just running around. Again, if it's in the palm of your hand, it's not going to feel threatened, anything like that. It's fine. So they actually won't do anything. Now the thing is, some of them can do it, so that's fine. But what they do say is try not to kill a spider. Catch it in the glass, throw it out the window, as you do, whatever.
Well,
but as I mentioned, it will try and get back in, whether it be your house or someone else's. Now,
well, as long as it gets back in and it goes away instead of comes around to the I mean, I just don't want it in my living room.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of them, but it does say, excuse me, no matter how much you hoover and basically clean your house, etc., there are always going to be places in your house that you can't get. So
yeah,
you are always going to find, unless you go up into your roof space and like tear up all the insulation or whatever, they're not dangerous. They're coming out now more because this time, so they're
sexy business.
But yeah, I mean, basic altogether, they're not my favourite things.
I don't mind them as long as they just stick to their own thing.
See, I like knowing they're in the house doesn't bother me, right? So like, if I see one and it disappears, I won't chase it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But if there is one somewhere, like on a wall or whatever, first of all, Rachel will make me get it. But
oh yeah, well that's obviously
even if I was in the house on my own, I would put it outside.
Yeah,
probably over my neighbour's fence. Now I know it'll try and get back in.
But, there's another house. Look, it's nice. It's nice over there.
It's exactly the same. Loads of women.
Oh my word!
In fact, we call that the spider brothel. Just go and enjoy yourself.
Oh dear. It's the third film, then.
But another 18. But it's funny though because around my house there's Did I mention the river in last week's episode? It's like a wee tiny
Yeah,
stream that runs down the back. So there's like loads. It's funny, like whenever like they like never come in, but the odd time one will just like probably chuck out of someone else's house or to come in by accident, and now it's like in there was all right.
Actually, not Daddy Long's just knocking the window. Oi, yeah,
freezing out here. There's quite a lot of them, and what I know is see when it started to rain. One of them like, please don't fall because it was windy, and I was being like, oh no, you know. But it was just like holding on for dear life. Whereas over it and stuff, you know, it was dry Friday, Saturday. I was pouring a load of water over it, and honestly, about 4 chilling out, having a good time until I ruined it.
It's a flood! It's a flood!
Shit!
Is he just trying to kill us? No, I'm only watering the grass, man. Leave me alone.
But yeah, I mean, I like, as I say, I don't like spiders. I'm not like, see Daddy Longlegs, I am not one of those psychos that can catch one in my hands.
Why?
I don't like it.
Do you like the fluttering feeling?
No, I don't like it. So
I did the butterfly the other day. It would not leave the house.
Butterfly?
Oh my god, it's be brown. You know the brown and black ones?
Yeah.
I was sitting there, I was like, ah!
See, the funny thing is, I don't think they would bother me. It's the fact that Daddy Longlegs are a bit grim.
Okay.
You know, when they fly and they're just like, oh, look at my legs. You know,
I don't think they ever say that. Look at my legs, they're the shit today.
John, look at my legs. But
yeah, they do fly a bit drunkenly. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Look, like I was just.
I got your wings.
Shouldn't have done that.
Drink it. What?
Put it in a drink. Put it in an ice cube.
It's a nice spice.
There's actually one time I remember. This is completely random.
Oh no.
But I remember there was somebody who caught a spider in water. Right? Do you know the way if you catch a spider in a glass and put water in it, it'll float with the water?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't break surface tension.
It's swimming.
So it literally just, well, like, unless you like put it like really deep or something, I'm not exactly sure, but most of them can stand in the water. Mm-hmm. And then
there's a spider there.
To break the surface tension of the water, it was terrible. They literally put tiniest wee drop of fairy liquid in, breaks the surface tension, and it just went into the water, and they put it in the filter like probably. Wait, did it? I'm pretty.
What a strange thing to do.
It was a bit grim. Yeah. I mean, that's literal torture.
Yeah.
But I don't think it really knows what's going on. But I'm pretty sure I can feel it. Like.
That's horrible.
But, yeah, it's pretty grim.
Poor wee spider.
But that's what I mean. Like a Daddy Longlegs, there's some like, oh, it was awful. Rachel has to say we'll catch them under a glass as well sometimes, but she'll be like, oh, can you get that out?
I think I'd rather catch it with my hand because I know for a fact if I try with the glass, I'll just stab it and kill it.
So she put the glass against the wall, and I came out and she was like, I broke 2 of its legs. I was like, oh my god. I looked at the wee thing's legs, like 2 of its wee end of its legs were just outside the glass, and it was like trying to like fly away. But it was, as I said, it's wee legs.
See, ever since watching the Sausage Party, like in my oh my god, it's like the people with like the sausages coming out the hot dog packet and oh my god, we're picked. Oh my god, they're all getting killed. But this is what happens in my head now.
It is weird though, like, because you think if they can feel pain. I actually seen a thing the other day, right? And it was, imagine insects can feel pain, right? Insects. So, say a family want to build an extension to their house that'll make them slightly happier. Mm-hmm. Building the extension will kill 10,000 insects. Mm. Is it okay for them to build the extension or not?
Well,
it was a really hard question to answer because
is it damaging the climate if you kill 10,000 of these insects, or is it like
no? But they do feel pain, so is it morally right for you to be slightly happier in your home? Was the question.
Why not?
You know, because it's a trick.
Can you imagine karma for every 10,000 you kill? Yeah, well,
morally right.
See, there's some things I never asked. Like I can't, like, I think about it and like why am I thinking? There's times, different days where technology just decides to fail. Every single, it's like, is this along or something? Because see, whenever I'm putting out like cake stuff. Pretty much yesterday. Nah, you didn't know. You didn't know.
Killed a spider yesterday, you stupid idiot.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just one of those things. The computer takes about 90 years to load up. Once it does, there's an update. Why?
Of course.
I don't know. But I mean, like, even it was updated yesterday. All the updates are fine. Nah, there's one today though.
Your printer needs updated. Get the disc.
even some. Could you imagine? It didn't get it this cold day. But there's even some times where it disconnects from the Wi-Fi on its own.
Grim.
You're just like, what are you doing, man?
Who told you to do this?
What? Do you know what I mean, though? Like,
It was the spiders.
not even joking. The other day, we've got the icing printer, and we've got the normal printer, and I printed off one of the things off the icing printer. The next day, I logged onto the computer and then was going to print something off on the normal one, and it printed off the icing stuff. I was like, what are you doing, mate? What are you doing? Nothing happened last night. Like,
Please don't.
I was just like, what's going on? Like, why is it printing this thing? It just baffled me.
I've got nothing left.
I just don't understand that, because it's not like I linked the two printers, because it's not. I don't know. There's something that happens, so I wouldn't do the extension because I know for a fact it would fall and crumble the next day.
Just the remaining insects would come and destroy it.
Yeah, pretty much. And I'm gonna eat this thing at the house and home, literally.
I'm building you a home. Please don't.
It's so bad. Like I hate that. I hate thinking like that. But
Yeah.
if someone came to me and asked me that question, I'm like, nope, selling the house. I've killed too many things. I'm sorry.
The guys actually, I wonder if I'll be able to find them because he's put up a couple of these.
I mean, you're probably going to say yes regardless of the thing, because you want the extension, you know, you want your driveway tarmacked, you know, that sort of stuff. So you want your grass refitted or something. You know, you're probably going to kill a lot of things, but if it doesn't impact anything else, like, you know.
I'll see if I can find this name.
I'm not saying it's morally right or anything like that. I'm just saying it's just different, isn't it?
Right, so I think I've found them. I just want to double check.
Was this a podcast thing or was it just a Twitter account? Is it?
Yeah, I mean it's a guy. He's
Do you get your Twitter on dark?
No, it's the new iPhone update. You can choose light or dark mode.
Huh?
But I have mine like auto switch. So like whenever it starts to get dark, it goes into dark mode.
Oh.
It just means like there's this whole science behind like blue light. Less blue light means you can sleep better. So I just do it just to check. I also have it on the thing that means my what do you call it? My screen goes like really quite yellow at this time of night.
Yeah.
So again, it's from like 9 to whatever. But it's random. But anyway, he's where's he from? GMU, must be university. I'm not sure. But basically, he posted up, do insects feel pain? And then yes, probably not, no. And then he's posted up a few things in the last couple of days. I won't see if I can find any more. Oh, sorry. Okay, you want to build an addition to your house. This will make you slightly happier, but construction will painfully kill 1 million insects.
Oh.
Assume insects are indeed fully capable of feeling pain. How morally wrong is it to build the addition? Not at all, barely, somewhat, very.
What was the general consensus then?
57% said not at all.
Whoa.
You want to build an addition to your house. This will make you slightly happier, but construction will painfully kill 10,000 mice.
Yeah.
How morally wrong is it to build the addition? 34% said not at all.
I'd be in that. Screw the mice.
So basically that's what he started playing around with, you know.
They're good questions, but I hate them. I just hate being asked them. Like if someone was to stop me in the street and be like, this is going on, you know, like, I don't know, like worldwide news tomorrow. Nah.
Don't kill the mice.
Yeah, don't kill the mice. I'm a nice person. And then they go on your Facebook the next day. That guy's a prick, wasn't he? He said he was a nice person. Look at all the things he's sharing and posting.
Like they did another one that was quite interesting. It was, to me, intelligence is basically synonymous with learning ability. If you're good at learning things, you're smart, even if you don't currently know very much. Do you agree? Yes, I guess. Meh, nope. 48% of people said yes, and I would agree with that. I think that was my answer. But yeah, basically a wee bit there on why there may be spiders and stuff in your house. So just let them chill out if you can. Put them outside. You know, they'll probably try and find somewhere else. They don't really like it, but
or if you're lucky enough, you might see some bucking.
Yeah, I mean, at worst, that you're gonna see someone about your house. They don't actually want to hurt you. If they're on you, it's an accident, so don't take it personally. But yeah, that was part 1. Thought that was worth a wee run through as we head into the season. So yeah, folks, we'll catch you again in part 2. Welcome back to part 2. So part 2, basically we're just gonna have a look at Greta Thunberg's speech she gave to the UN's Climate Action Summit in New York on Monday. So, just for anyone that doesn't know who she is, she's 16 and Swedish. I think.
Yeah.
Now, to be honest, I probably should have looked up her nationality, but basically, this all started maybe a year ago. That she started striking every Friday. She would go and sit outside the Swedish Parliament. Yeah, she's Swedish. And with a sign basically saying school strike for climate.
Her name, I can't be right.
Is it a really long name?
Greta Tintin Eleonora Ernmund Thunberg.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Tintin?
Favorite TV show. But she's basically, anyone that knows her or knows who she is, sorry, she's a climate activist. She is amassed a huge following. A lot of people are going sort of along with her ideals and striking as well. Mm-hmm. Basically, she is at this stage essentially distraught with world leaders. They're doing literally nothing, essentially, nowhere near enough anyway, to reduce carbon emissions worldwide to the levels we need. So I thought I would I'd basically take a short transcript of what she said, and then we'll basically give you our opinion before the end of part 2. So I'll start from here. So my message is, it will be watching you. This is all wrong. I shouldn't be up here. I should be back in school on the other side of the ocean. You all come to us, young people, for hope. How dare you? You've stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words, and yet I'm one of the lucky ones. People are suffering and people are dying. Entire ecosystems are collapsing. We're in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you? For more than 30 years, the science has been crystal clear. How dare you continue to look away and come here saying that you're doing enough when the politics and solutions needed are still nowhere in sight? You say you hear us and you understand the urgency. No matter how sad and angry I am, I do not want to believe that, because if you really understood the situation and still kept on feeling to act, then you'd be evil, and that I refuse to believe. The popular idea of cutting our emissions in half in 10 years only gives us a 50% chance of staying below 1.5 degrees, and the risk of setting off irreversible chain reactions beyond human control. 50% may be acceptable to you, but those numbers do not include tipping points, most feedback loops, additional warming hidden by toxic air pollution, or the aspects of equity and climate justice. They also rely on my generation sucking hundreds of billions of tons of your CO2 out of the air with technologies that barely exist. So a 50% risk is simply not acceptable to us, we who have to live with the consequences. To have a 67% chance of staying below a 1.5 degree global temperature rise, the best odds given by the IPCC, which is the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. The world has had 420 gigatons of CO2 left to emit back in January 1st, 2018. Today, which was Monday, that figure is already down to less than 350 gigatons in just under 2 years. It's crazy. How dare you pretend that this can be solved with just business as usual and some technical solutions? With today's emissions levels, that remaining CO2 budget will be entirely gone within less than 8.5 years. There will not be any solutions or plans presented in line with those figures here today because the numbers are too uncomfortable, and you're still not mature enough to tell it like it is. You're failing us, but the young people are starting to understand your betrayal. The eyes of all future generations are upon you, and if you choose to fail us, I say we will never forgive you. We will not let you get away with this. Right here, right now is where we draw the line. The world's waking up and change is coming, whether you like it or not. She's 16.
Yeah. I mean, I dare say she gets help with writing some of the speeches as well. But
almost certainly, yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that I am the most, religiously, recycle everything, do everything, turn off your lights back, blah, 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 turn everything on and stamp, all this here sort of crack. But I mean, you try and pitch in where you can, you know what I mean? And if everyone was to do it, it'd be a better place. But the fact that the governments are just like,
they're the ones that need to do it.
Yeah.
Realistically, we can turn lights off, we can, drive less, use public transport more, don't fly as often if possible. There, all these other things that you can do. We can do that, but that's not enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
it's truth. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, she's speaking to powerful people for a reason.
Yeah, and
it'd be very different.
Looks like they don't care.
Well, I mean, it's just been like that for years, though, hasn't it? I mean, I've always said that you can never trust your government.
No, and there's a reason for that. I think a lot of it is that, for example, every president that goes in, so obviously Trump's there now, he has a maximum of 8 years in that job. He's not going to be able to have an impact on climate in 8 years. So he doesn't actually care about that because his legacy will not be affected by the climate. His legacy, maybe now, but certainly then, in previous administration. This is just an example of US. Obviously, it could be different elsewhere. Putin's obviously been in charge for a long time and so on. But even at that, the US specifically, max of 8 years. So you want to be as impactful as you can in 8 years. And, it would take, say, 5 presidents in a row, full term, 10 in a row, full term maybe, to all stick by the same. But then who gets the credit? Because that's what they care about.
Yeah.
It's very similar here with prime ministers. They're not ever really in for that long.
No.
So, they want to be impactful. So again, is climate really on their agenda? Nah, it's about reducing our deficit. It's about austerity measures. It's tax. It's
I mean, realistically, it's trivial things because they're not going to exist if we keep continuing the way we're going. Like, but it should never be. This is why I hate politics. It's all like, every party knows what's better for the world, but they're all trying to like smash each other to get to the top. And it's like, well, just work together, and then. But it's easy to say that, but if you could all just agree on certain things, politics is politics. In the day, everything has it. Sports has it. Everything has it. So at the end of the day, we're not going to get anywhere ever. Like, I don't think there's going to be, unless it literally starts to happen, the world starts falling apart. That'll be the time. That'll just be too late. Yeah,
it's like trying to put. What was it she said? It's What was it she said?
I know what you're.
It's something along the lines of it's like trying to build a roof and the house is on fire.
Pretty much, it's the same sort of thing. But I mean, no one's gonna have like it's to me it's impossible to have every single person agreeing on this specific thing.
No, we won't.
It's impossible, absolutely impossible. And I mean, I am one of those people that until I see it happen. Obviously, well, this is very different, but. If someone said to me like, "Oh, that car's gonna break down at 3 o'clock today," okay, I don't believe it until I see it.
Mm-hmm.
But if once it happens, okay then. Whereas this is the same thing. If some sort of, but you're already seeing it already in Antarctica, so what's like, you know what I mean? Like it's happening. Like it's literally happening right in front of you. Everything's
She's not
happening.
saying in 8.5 years everyone's gonna explode. She's saying 8.5 years will have gone too far. Like we can only afford another. I think we've actually went through this on here before.
We have, yeah.
About the 1.5 degree increase. That if we break that threshold, there is no going back. Yeah. It's irreversible.
Mm-hmm. It's beyond human control, is what you said. Yeah.
Like so basically, and I know like if you go back and find the episode we spoke about it in, it's a lot more scientific than what we're saying now. But basically, all she's trying to do is make sure we don't hit that threshold, and that we start actually regressing, so that actually we have 3 degrees in 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, whenever she will be 56. Trump will be 111.
100 and dead.
113, sorry.
He'll be 100 and dead.
Yeah, he won't be that.
Yeah. I mean, it's mad that this wee girl's basically dedicated her life now to climate change.
Yeah,
but I mean, if it doesn't happen, in 8.5 years, then what does she do? Just give up and just try and live the best life she can?
Well, I think then you've got to say in 8.5 years she'll be 25, probably thereabouts. And if that is the case, then you would expect that she would be a world leader.
Yeah,
because she would be the one that would be able to. Like, obviously, there may be a stage where she sort of says, "Look, I don't want to be the one to say I told you so," but now we have to. So I'd reckon in a few years, if it hasn't been changed, she could well be at the potential forefront of what do we do.
Yeah, and rightly so. I mean, she's really the only person out there. There's loads of kids I see on Twitter and stuff speaking about it, but I mean, it's...
She is the face at 16, and she is right in what she's saying. Like, her childhood has been taken away from her, obviously by choice, you know, because she didn't have to do this. But at the same time, it's also, if this wasn't happening, she wouldn't have to make that choice.
It's when push comes to shove, really. That's just it's a shame that it's happened. Like, but I mean, we're gonna have an okay-ish life, maybe.
Not that much older than her.
We're not, and that's the thing. Like, well, I'm only
10
10 years. Yeah, I mean, realistically, if Brexit and all happens as well, I mean, we're probably gonna have a pretty bad life when it comes to that happening.
It'll be crap for a while, like, but I'm sure
it'll get better, yeah, but I mean, not for a good while. I mean, 5, 10, 15, you never know how long it's going to take to do it. And then, obviously, if you've got the whole climate change in the backhand as well, it's like, what are you trying to save a country to end? Do you know what I mean?
We had a good teen run. Everything up with teens was good.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed my teens and my childhood, like, but I mean, like, everyone that's, you know, past 50 have already had their life, realistically, like, it's true. You know,
in 40 years they will be hella old, if not dead.
Hella old, and I mean potentially. I mean between like after 65, I think, or 67. Some in some cases for retirement.
Probably older.
Oh, I mean,
come our time, it'll be older.
Come our time, we'll not have one probably. Especially with Brexit, we don't know. But with the likes like now, even my mum and dad and stuff, once they retire. Well, dad's already retired. But whenever mum fully retires as well, she'll just. All that but it's just going on holidays. And what's that doing? On planes?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's true.
So, like, they're like, well, I'm not going to waste my time sitting in the house. Like, my dad's said it. I was like, what's the point? I was like, well, hello. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I'm not point enough, then why are they going to change anyone else? If they don't put their kids first, then how are they going to change anything else?
Yeah, I know. Well, and essentially that's another one of her speeches, which is like, you know, your kids. Look at your kids.
But the thing is, it'll be one of those things where the parents will do that, and they're like, "Oh, I have to do this here to save wee Jimmy's life and all." And 3 months on the line, it's all right, sure, it'll be okay.
It's a hairspray, the life for themselves.
Yeah.
But no, to be honest, it's one of those things probably worth a whole. I'm sure there's podcasts everywhere actually with her on it, or certainly about the climate emergency and things like that.
So it's nice to just have our own wee sort of say in things as well, though. By all means, we're not a climate change podcast or a political podcast.
We have done bits on it, so I'll say go find it if you're interested.
Yeah. But politics is staying well and treated out of the podcast, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's not worth speaking about at all. But yeah, basically we thought we'd have a wee look at basically how inspirational a 16-year-old could be. The age is, in this case, just a number, and
it's weird looking up to someone who's so young.
Yeah, it's crazy, but at the same time, she is. If she's the only one going to be really advocating for this, being the face of it, I think it's really brave.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, any facts or anything that are wrong falls on her because she's the one that's, you know, she's got an awful lot of pressure on her shoulders, really, and she's only 16 years old.
Yeah,
so most 16-year-olds now are on Instagram taking pictures of themselves while eating dinner.
True.
You know what I mean?
More power to her. Like, she's
100%.
She's sort of. We say we enjoyed our teens. She's pretty much had to skip them.
Yeah, well, she's still 16, like, so she's still got a couple of years left.
Like, she's
true. Yeah, true. I think that well, she might. I don't know. Maybe 18. She'll be like, nah, screw the environment. I'm going surfing.
Very environmentally friendly. There's no.
No, I know, but I mean, well, to relax. I mean, like,
you're not learn to fly a plane.
No, but she's not going that far. Like, but I mean, surfing. Well, you never know. Surfing could be.
Well, a motorized board.
No, a motorized board. Well, to be fair, what age is she now? 16, 19, 20. You never know what's going to be available.
Nothing.
We thought flying cars would be available now, but
yeah, fortunately not. But either way, we just thought we'd have a look at her. Anyone that hasn't seen that, I suggest you actually look up the video we're doing it, the actual speech, because it's
very powerful.
Yeah, it's powerful the way she sort of says it. And just bear in mind whenever you're watching it, she's 16. And yeah, take away from that what you will. But yeah, we will leave part 2 there, folks, and we'll catch you again at part 3. Welcome back to part 3. So obviously last week, my bad, we did not watch an episode of The Boys, but we are back on track this week. I have watched it. So
Boys.
As with every episode, I suppose it's probably we'll just do a rundown. So, again, for me, before we actually go through what it was about, it was another builder episode, sort of as to where the story's going to go. So, basically, the episode starts in the TV shop thing where Translucent has been shocked up the butt. He gets chucked in the back of the car. And what are the two guys' names? Huey's the kid, and the guy. Billy's the guy.
Butcher.
Okay.
Billy Butcher.
So Billy and
Sounds like he should be in EastEnders.
yeah, it's only Pat's brother. But basically, Billy and Huey jump in the car. Way to go! They go meet up with a guy called Frenchie, who is French. A bit of a drug addict, gun runner, that sort of thing.
He's a bit of a mental case. Like he's crazy that way.
Yeah. And on the way, Translucent wakes up in the back. So
starts having a rave in the boot.
They knock him out again. Basically put him in a cage. They find like a old abandoned fast food restaurant thing.
Yeah.
Stick him in a cage in the back of that.
Frenchie was meant to be doing it up, I think.
Was he?
I think that's what he said in the van.
I thought he was joking.
I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a while.
I thought he was joking because that's when Homelander showed up. But that's in a wee minute. So basically, they put him in a cage in the back and electrify it so he can't get out. And Huey and Frenchie and Billy are basically going to kill him. They've decided. So they make a bullet that thing's going to go through his skin. It doesn't.
That's funny, that part though.
Yeah, it shoots all over the place and sort of rips. They put like sort of tinfoil stuff on the roof to stop anybody really being able to like see in or anything.
That's from Homelander being able to see through the. Yeah.
But anyway, so all that while all that's
tinfoil.
going on, that's pretty much what it is, isn't it?
It's not zinc.
I don't know. It's like looks like tinfoil.
It probably is.
But,
just because it's easier,
cheaper.
Yeah. Tesco's, a couple of Tesco value packs.
So while that's going on, I can't remember what you call the lady who runs the company.
Oh,
do you have her name?
I do not. I thought it was was it Madeline or something?
Yes, that's the one.
Is it?
Yeah, Madeline, the lady that runs the company that runs superheroes. Basically, she finds out about Homelander.
Jesus,
yeah,
still well.
Talks to Homelander about him shooting down the mayor.
As we boy,
wee kid, yeah. Because
and the crew,
everyone, killed everyone,
and the food.
Basically, the Deep touted on him and said that there were scorch marks.
What a stupid name that is as well. The Deep.
I know.
It just sounds like really dirty. Yeah.
But
it's your poor name, The Deep.
She basically tells Homelander, right, you're not doing any more superhero work. You're, I want you to be smiley, pretty for the cameras and woo the defense contractors and the senators so we can get superheroes out in the wars and stuff, make some more money that way. Mm-hmm. He's like, aye, alright, even though I don't really want to. And then it sort of flips to Starlight and the Deep, who are basically being told, right, you're going on a mission together after what happened in episode 1. She's not too pleased. It turns out the missions are completely like
staged.
So sort of, but they're not. Like they know the crimes are going to happen. They let them happen, and then they basically video them while they're saving them. Yeah. Which Starlight wasn't really ready for. The Deep sort of knew this and sort of played into it a bit. You know, had like superhero lines and stuff.
It just looked like they'd been offered like a movie set because you get like a towel all around and there's like a drink and stuff after as well.
Yeah, it's essentially pretty much is the way it's laid out. Yeah. But anyway, so basically they get put together, and she tells him, "Come at me again, I will do you in." Basically. She basically says, I know that you're nothing to everybody else, you're just the fish guy.
He was the number 2.
Yeah, basically you're just the fish guy.
Yep.
Homelander and the Deep also have the thing that we face off in the room. Homelander comes up to him and basically says, "Tide on me again, I'll kill you." Mm-hmm. And then tells him to piss off. Yeah. That's all before the fight. Yeah. So while all that's going on, trying to think who else is involved. Pretty much no one. A-Train goes to the wee cancer victim.
Yeah.
And he basically is rated very, very badly as well. Like
it's because the wee kid wants to see Translucent.
Yeah, who's obviously in a cage. Yeah. And whenever it starts to go very badly is whenever he says, "Tell you what, you get better, I'll show you how to run." Because like, what, I run cancer? He
He's
says, I'll get translucent to come next week. The doctor's like, no.
Yeah.
So basically it starts to get rated very badly, which isn't good. On top of that, the senators from the ball basically is tricked into getting into bed with like a super who can morph. She blindfolds him and like ties him up and stuff.
How disgusting was that scene, by the way?
Turns into basically another guy, another senator, and she starts taking like selfies while like riding him basically.
But I'd like to know. Nah, I don't want to know. Never mind. Continue.
No, don't ask that. And then
I like the fact you're like,
I know where it's
he's
going.
going there.
So basically, yeah, that he sort of gets called out, and he goes and meets with Stillwell.
Yeah.
Again, and
The
she's
bar?
no, it's in her office.
Oh yes, that's right.
And in the office,
That's right.
basically she's like, look, all these pictures are definitely you. No, it wasn't me. And then the person like morphs
From Madeline
into the fat guy again, and then they leave, and Madeline comes back in and is like, so defense. And he's like, right, even if I get to the floor, there's no guarantee, so on, whatever. So as you can sort of see how that's all started, how she's manipulating people with the supers and things already. And then it goes back to the cage, translucent the cage. Frenchie comes up with an idea because they basically just can't kill him. So they knock him out, stick a plastic explosive up his ass because he's not invincible from the inside, just from the skin on the outside.
That's what they say because he watches the turtle.
The turtle,
documentary.
yeah. So basically, what he does is knocks him out, puts it up his butt, and wakes him up and says, "Look, there's something in your butt," and then he starts freaking out.
It's like a pound of no, not a pound of C4, like half a pound of C4.
Yeah, it's basically enough to like explode him. So they're basically like, look, you're trying to escape, blow you up, try and take it out. It'll blow up. It's up to you. And then all while that's going on, Starlight sees two guys about to rape a girl. She isn't in uniform and costume, and beats up them both using her powers and stuff. It's caught on camera, but the girl is not seen on camera, and the guys basically are saying that they were just having a drink and she beat them up. So it's a whole big PR thing. And the episode ends with Translucent basically tricking his way out of the cage, and Huey with his hand on the trigger. He thinks he's got away, and Huey blows him up.
Yep.
Oh, Homelander also comes down looking for him, the van bit you were talking about. And Frenchie's in the front of the van. He says, well, actually, I own this place. And Homelander's like, would you mind if I look in the back? And Frenchie thinks Billy? Billy's in the back. But he isn't. He's like ran away. And he hasn't noticed. And then they blow up Frenchie's warehouse to cause a diversion. And then Homelander like flies to the explosion because he can hear it. And then they blow up Translucent on the other end. Quite clever.
Yeah.
But basically that's where the episode ends. It ends with Translucent getting blown up. And it also teases the next episode because there's another guy. You don't actually find out his name yet. He's going to race a train for the fastest man on Earth.
It's a good episode as well. I've watched that one. But yeah, episode 2 was slow.
It made me a bit annoyed though at certain points whenever she was like, but the girl was gonna be raped if I didn't do something, and she was like, I don't care, you're supposed to let it happen and you're supposed to check for cameras, and now your identity's gone, you have to meet with PR and legal, and you're just like, oh my god, that literally is the worst.
It's weird, like,
because it's not real, but I was like, this is the worst. I hate that.
Yeah, like whenever you're watching the show, it's like you don't really see that in person, like, well, even like in like some Marvel or DC and stuff, you don't see like the
wee things. It's always big
because
stuff.
that you would sort of have to look out for that sort of stuff, wouldn't you? Like you would have to be careful, and if obviously there's someone, that's why obviously Superman goes into the phone booths and stuff. And
it changes.
Yeah, but then there'd be cameras around phone booths.
Maybe now, but maybe not then. That sort of way.
I don't know. I didn't really enjoy the episode all that much. I liked the ending because I didn't like Translucent.
Yeah, the whole 7, like the only one that was actually nice so far that I've met in the series is Starlight. The rest of them are assholes.
Yeah,
I haven't met them all.
I don't really mind your woman.
Haven't met her yet.
Who?
The other woman. She's only been in it for like 2 seconds.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I don't really mind her. She's not really in it all that much anyway. Like,
So I've only seen her at the start when she stopped the van.
yeah.
Whenever Starlight was like crying because she
Yeah.
sucked off the tape in the toilet.
How weird does that sound?
So.
No, I know what you mean, but yeah, I think those two are about the only ones I really like.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know about your man Black Mamba yet either.
He doesn't seem very nice.
Is it Black Mamba? Well, you got me mixed up with so many people now. Is it? I can't remember his name now.
No, it is Black something.
Because it was you that said about was it not you said about the guy who she was trying to get?
It was Noir or something.
Black Noir.
Is that what it was?
Black Noir doesn't sound right
No.
either. Maybe
No.
it is him, but I don't even know. I don't even know him yet. So I finished episode 4. So
Yeah, well, I'll watch 3 as I say for next week.
yeah.
But altogether, still enjoying the show. But you can tell it's building,
Yeah.
so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Did we give a rating for episode 1?
No, it's
We
gonna be
did?
at the end.
Okay.
It's gonna be at the end. But yeah. So I'll finish the episode just with a little quote. I may have used it before, but again, I think it still sort of stands. So it's, you ever seen the Lorax? Danny
Long
DeVito
time
is
ago,
the
yeah.
Well, this anyway. Dr. Seuss wrote it in 1971, and it's just basically based going back to the whole Greta thing.
Mm-hmm.
So the quote literally is, "Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing's gonna get better. It's not."
True.
And that's obviously linking to not just one 16-year-old activist or 300,000 people showing up in Australia, or
Indonesia.
the millions that have showed up all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not just them, it's everyone, and it's not even just for, the climate emergency. It's for anything, yeah. If everyone just does even a little bit, be it, maybe a silly example, but if you're walking along a path and you see rubbish, pick it up and put it in the next bin. Everyone did that, it would be pretty damn clean.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I mean, we do have like recycling things as well. Like, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we're literally giving everything on a platter here.
Yeah,
it's not a hard
literally.
thing to do. You know what I mean?
Literally. So yeah, just a wee quote I thought sort of linked in nicely, but also was applicable to pretty much everything. But
Nice round after the episode.
it is, and I love the wee rhymey Dr. Seuss stuff.
Yeah, Dr. Seuss. Yeah,
Good.
Cat in the Hat was one of my favourite films.
But yeah, we'll call that an episode, folks, and we'll see you next week.
Cheerio, buckaroos.